Telstra announced today it would start to deploy a faster 4G generation of wireless broadband by the end of the year, prompting immediate opposition claims that this would further erode the viability of the government's national broadband network. But other communications experts say the two internet technologies are complementary, with a fixed cable network still able to deliver greater capacity at faster speeds than wireless. Matt Peacock reports.
iPhones, laptops and countless other mobile devices. It's an exploding, moving market, all using wireless broadband.
We have 140 cafes in CBDs using our solution, and we're currently connecting around sort of 40,000 plus online sessions per month.
Then there's the fixed national broadband network, optical fibre rolled out directly to the home or office all around the country.
The NBN business case assumes that there will be very little increase in the number of wireless-only households. And, you know, that's a very optimistic assumption from their point of view.
There isn't a technologist anywhere who would support the argument that a wireless network will replace a fibre network.
Only a week after Telstra agreed on terms to sell its fixed line network to the NBN, today the telco announced it'll deploy next-generation mobile technology, or 4G, into capital cities by year's end.
They have seen how successful 3G is in Australia and how many people are jumping on the 3G network for wireless broadband. 4G is a huge improvement again in the capacity and the quality of broadband over the mobile network. So Telstra didn't need a lot of convincing that this was a good deal.
Telstra's competitor OPTUS is also rolling out 4G, although Corporate Affairs Director Maha Krishnapillai says it'll take some time yet for either company to complete.
A little bit premature, I suspect, to be talking about those sort of services. They're a few years away in reality.
A study into the NBN business plan by consultants Greenhill Caliburn identifies the risk that trends towards mobile-centric broadband networks could also have significant long-term implications for NBN Co's fibre offerings.
This claim that wireless is going to replace fixed fibre networks and destroy the business case of the national broadband network is simply a misleading campaign by Tony Abbott, because he doesn't understand that wireless networks, the more people that use them, the slower they get, and the further you stand from a tower, the slower the broadband gets.
But of course you can install more base stations and you can supplement it with extra cells, Wi-Fi cells if you like. So there are many techniques for increasing, the capacity of wireless networks.
Communications expert Paul Buddha agrees the two technologies are quite different and complement each other.
The capacity that the wireless network has to offer is such that if you start sharing big applications like video, etc., with lots of people, the quality of the network goes down very, very, very rapidly. So you do need a fixed network for good quality and privacy and security.
Within the next 5 years, we'll make it possible for businesses to deploy the next generation of high-speed wireless coverage to 98% of all Americans.
The US is investing $10 billion on wireless broadband, but according to Paul Buddha, who worked as a consultant to the Obama administration, that's simply Plan B.
If you go back a year ago, then you will see that Obama is talking about fibre to the home, that it's talking about 100 megabit networks, and it has a plan for that. But unfortunately, the Congress didn't allow them to move forward with that plan, so the second best option is the wireless plan. And the wireless plan in America is mainly focused on remote and rural areas.
I'm a wireless technologist and been around wireless networks for a lot of years. A lot of it's smoke and mirrors.
Chris Coughlan helped build the New Zealand wireless network, and he warns that the increasingly popular wireless is also limited by both distance and the number of users.
Further you get from the base station, slower it gets. So if you look at generally the people scattered in this wireless network, the actual shared capacity in that network is only around about 50 to 70% of the peak throughput.
Wireless networks are fantastic for, I guess, mobility and other things like that, but they're very complementary. They're quite different. They have quite different features and functionality. So no, I don't think it's a threat to the national broadband network. Wireless will be a complementary service and will grow, I suspect, quite rapidly in years to come.
This one here is a 3G modem.
Back in the street cafes, Ruwan Weerasooriya has no doubts that whatever the mix of technology, Australian internet usage can only grow.
You never know what's around the corner and what new device will emerge. When we launched our business, even things like the iPhone and the iPad didn't exist, let alone all the other smartphones that have come in their wake. So we have seen significant spikes as each of these new consumer devices that's Wi-Fi enabled has come online.
That report from Matt Peacock.